So we'll start by just sitting however you normally do, or however you want to sit in this moment. Maybe you're a little slumped, maybe you're not. It's all good. Whatever feels best for you, and just close your eyes if that's okay. If not, you can keep your eyes open. Maybe find a soft gaze and just start to notice. Anchoring with noises happening around you, if any. And like a radar, detecting even the smallest noises. Okay, notice your breath. However it came today, just welcome your breath however it came today. Sense your body, sense your feet on the ground. Notice at where you are right now, if the feet on the ground feels grounding to you, or if you feel like you want to move in a different way. Just notice it. You don't have to do anything about it. Just notice. Okay. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll get set up on the chair in a way that is conducive for chair yoga. So you'll want to, if you are able to, in the chair that you have, you'll want to sit as close to the edge as possible. And once you're at the edge of your chair, you'll notice your sitting bones. And these are the bony structures at the very base of our seat. And so you'll notice your sitting bones rooting down towards the floor or towards the seat. And the feet are grounded here. They're hip distance apart. So you might even look down and see where that's at. So your knees and your ankles are all hip distance apart. And then from there, the shoulders will stack over the hips, right? And then the chin level with the chest, the ears over the shoulders, and the crown of the head extending upwards towards the sky. Beautiful, good. And then just shrug the shoulders up to the ears as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, relax them down and away. And just once more like that, breathe in. And then breathe out, relax them down and away. Good. We're going to do a breathing practice now that's called 3-part breath. This is a very grounding practice. It's also what we call sattvic, which just means harmonizing. So it's equally grounding and uplifting in a balanced way. So the body and the nervous system will take what it needs, whether it's grounding or uplifting. It goes with some mudras. So I'll show you the mudras, and you can always modify and move your hands in a comfortable way that works for you. So the first one is that the hands are going to go to the hips. The fingers are in front and the thumbs are at the back of the body, if that feels all right. If not, you could just have the thumbs in front. And the palms are facing down, level with the earth. Relax the shoulders down and away, sit up nice and tall, crown of the head extending upwards towards the sky. And then again, if you want to close your eyes, you can. Otherwise, find a soft gaze and come into your breath again. Deepening your breath here. Sending your breath down and into the belly. If you're able to, breathe in and out through the nose. We'll consciously send the breath into the lower half of the respiratory system, into the low belly. So this is our first part of the 3 parts. The hand gesture is meant to facilitate this breathing, meant to send the breath down and into the lower abdomen. And just taking two more here at your own pace, no force, no strain. Just see how the breath can move in as much as you can and out as much as you can. Good, keep going. Just gonna check on something. Complete your next exhale, let it filter out. And then we'll move to the second part, which is the thumbs are going to be essentially in the armpits and the fingers at the upper chest, palms still facing down, elbows out. Relax the shoulders down and away. If that's not comfortable for your fingers or shoulders, you could just have your hands at your heart like this and letting the elbows relax, whatever works better for you. Right, and then drop into your breath again. Maybe close your eyes, sit up nice and tall. Consciously deepening your inhales and consciously lengthening your exhales. Good. Our second part of the breath, moving the breath into the upper portion of the rib cage, of the diaphragm, moving up and into the chest. Your belly is still expanding and contracting, but the breath is more focused in the middle portion of the torso. Awakening the second part. First, we woke up the root energetic centers, the shelter, food, safety, security aspects of our being and aspects of our energy. And now we're calling our awareness to the middle portion of our energy center: willpower, determination, self confidence, digestion, assimilation, and moving into the heart: acceptance, self love. And so just noticing how the breath is arriving here without any judgment. Do the best to not judge yourself and just witness. Swami Kripalo, he says, "Beloved child, break your heart no longer, because each time you judge yourself, you break your own heart." Take one more breath there. Release your hands and just let them relax for a moment. Good. And then we'll go to the final mudra of this breathing practice. The uppermost portion, and the hands are going to be at the upper back with the fingertips facing down and the elbows reach up to the sky. So if this is not accessible, you can always take your hands to either side of the throat and the collarbones, just a really light touch. Yeah, so that's an option too. Otherwise, your hands are at the upper back. And then come into your breath again. Maybe close your eyes. Conscious breaths in and out. If this was the only thing you did in your day, if you took a break at your desk or anything that you're doing throughout your day, maybe if it's a TV break, this would be wonderful. Moving the breath into the three parts, into the full potential of the respiratory system. Full breaths in and full breaths out to the best of your ability. No strain or force, just effort. You may notice how the breath is now moving into the upper chest, collarbones, perhaps even into the throat and the upper back. One more breath here. Take your time to complete your exhale and then release your hands down. Good. Notice your breath, your feet on the ground. Great. We'll start to bring in some movements, just recentering yourself if you need to. So you have the edge of the seat sitting up nice and tall. Hands at the lap. So the palms are facing down the upper thighs, maybe close to the knees. And then as you inhale, draw your hands back, squeeze the shoulder blades onto the back. We're going to do seated cat-cow. Open through your chest. You're creating an arch of the spine. Open and look up. And then as you exhale, rounding, gazing in, fingertips can slide to the knees, draw the chin to the chest, carve out the navel, gazing inward to the belly button. And then as you inhale, slide the hands back, open through the heart and chest, squeeze the elbow points back, maybe look up. Uplifting gaze is to look up. And then as you exhale, round, gazing within yourself is a little bit more grounding. And if you want to stay neutral in the grounding, you can keep your gaze forward and down as you arch. And then as you exhale, rounding, gazing inward. And like this, inhaling, draw the shoulder blades back, open through the heart and chest. And then as you exhale, curl it in, gazing inward. And like this, at your own pace, doing 3 more. I'd like you to notice more about what it feels like and less about what it might look like. And so you're just getting in the spinal actions. Notice how it's arriving in the back, low back, upper back, middle back as you open your chest. And perhaps how it stretches low back, middle back, upper back as you round in. One of the best tools yoga can offer for anxious feeling is to drop the awareness into the body and into the breath. When we're anxious, and I know it all too well, we're really brainy. We're in the mind a lot. We're in the head. And so bringing our attention into the body, into the breathing. And when you're ready, come on back to neutral spine and settle in there. Great. We're going to take Lotus Mudra as a little in between. This is where the palms come together, the fingers open, the pinky and the thumb stay connected, and stretch the fingers out wide, letting this hover in front of the chest. We're just going to take 2 to 3 breaths here at your own pace. The Lotus Mudra represents the beautiful flower that grows from mucky waters, the lotus. It climbs up from the mud and thrives despite hardships, despite stickiness. We're inviting that energy within us now, even if we can't feel it, even if it's out of reach, bring it in. Complete your next exhale. Release your hands back down. We're going to move into a joint freeing practice that was designed by Antonio Sausys, and he's a grief yoga therapist, and he developed this joint freeing to help us to release stuck energy in the joints, which is really healing for grief, stress, anxiety, depression. It lives within the joints, within the body. So we'll start with the toes, just bringing your awareness into the toes. And then we'll stretch the legs out if that's accessible for you. Let the legs stretch out. It doesn't need to be really exaggerated, just out so that the toes can lift. And then as you inhale, you're going to spread the toes really wide away from each other. Just stretch them out. And as you exhale, you're going to crunch them in fists, like a tight fist. And then as you inhale, you'll spread the toes away from each other. Stretch them really wide. And then as you exhale, crunch them in fists. Lovely. Just 2 more there. Inhale, scrunch, stretch them out. And then exhale, squeeze them. Coordinating the breath with the freeing helps us to move the issues out of the tissues. Right? And then exhale, scrunch it out. Good. And then let the toes relax. We'll bring our awareness into the ankles. Great. And then when you're ready, start to rotate the ankles in whichever direction they want to go. You might even hold onto your chair if you want to, so you could stay lifted through your chest. And you might move your ankles in the same direction, or they might be going in 2 opposite directions. It doesn't matter. And then pause and reverse, go the other way. Good. And you're breathing into this. Notice if the breath wants to hold at any point. If we hold the breath, it's representative of us holding onto something, right? And that's okay. Sometimes we're not quite ready to let go, but facilitating the release if it is ready by taking your breaths in and out. Good. And then let that go and draw the ankles right on back below the knees again. Sit up nice and tall. Interlace your hands around the right hamstring and lift it up towards the chest. We'll work the knees now, noticing your knee joint. This is our ability to stand our ground, to root down. Okay, so we'll inhale and lengthen the leg and exhale, fold it in. So you might lift it up higher or lower. It's whatever is in your accessibility. You'll inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold it in, drawing the heel as far back as your chair lets you. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold it in. And we're just going to do two more there. Inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale. Good. Place that right leg down. Keep your awareness at the knees. Interlace your hands underneath the left and lift it up as high as you would like to. You'll inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold it in. Right? You might have a desk there. It's all good, and you're a little lower. And exhale, fold in. Good. Coordinating with your breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. One more there. Good. And then place that left foot down. Good. Now you're going to sit at the edge of the chair just a little bit more, as much as you can, so that you're still grounded through your sit bones. We're going to bring our attention into the hips now. So depending on how much space you will let the right leg come long, depending on how much space you have, you'll let the right leg come out as far as you can. Right? And then you'll turn the right toes towards the right. And then as you inhale, you'll turn them in and slide the leg to center. So you're getting a little stretch across the inside, maybe the outer hip, and you might be leaning a little bit to the left. And then as you exhale, you'll open the toes out and slide it out. Yeah. And as you inhale, you'll turn the toes in. And I'm holding onto my chair for support. Guide it back in. And then as you exhale, slide it out. So this is a little bit of muscle working and opening. As you inhale, you'll slide it in. It's okay if you're moving your body in a different way. We're just working on the hips. So I'm not too concerned about the alignment of your torso here. Just make it work for you. Inhale in, and then exhale out. Good. Just one more on this side. Inhale, it slides in, and exhale, it comes out. And then bend that right leg, root it back down. We'll take the left leg out. Slide it out as far as it can, and then turn the toes out there. And then when you're ready to inhale, you'll turn that left toe in as much as it wants to. So you'll start to feel this maybe stretching across the outer to the inner hip. And you'll inhale, move it in, and you'll exhale, slide it out. And you're just moving continuously here. Beautiful. Good. Inhale, slide it in, and exhale out. Letting your breath flow in and out. Even perhaps allowing for your breath to dictate the movement. And that right foot can be grounded. And exhale out. Good. Inhale, it turns in. And exhale out. Good. One more there. Inhale, it turns in. And exhale out. Great. And then bend your left leg, ground your feet. Take a moment. Good. And then you can scooch onto your chair so you feel a little bit more grounded on the edge of your sit bones. Relax the shoulder blades, moving up into the torso. Although the torso isn't a specific joint, it is the highway between the more primalistic parts of our being and the more feeler, thinker, logical parts of our being, what makes us human, what makes us feelers. And so things can get stuck there, especially now. And so we'll inhale here, sweep the arms up. We're gonna do a couple movements, stretch the arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, taking your right hand down, it might not look like a mirror to you, but it's okay as long as you just do whatever side. Scoop up the back side of underneath of your chair and pull up a little bit so you can lengthen. Stretch through the left fingertips as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, side bend over to the right as much as is comfortable. So you might bend your right elbow there to support the side bend. You can look straight ahead. You can look up past the left arm. Beautiful. One more breath. Good, ground down through your sit bones. Take an inhale, sweep your hands up, and then exhale, your left hand scoops up underneath the chair and just do a little pull up as you reach up through the right fingertips, breathing in. And then breathe out, bend the elbow and take a side bend over to your left, reaching up and over with those right fingertips. That's it. Keep that right sit bone grounded. You can find a gaze, perhaps up towards the sky or straight ahead. Keep grounded through your soles of your feet. Good, root down through the seat. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And then this time we'll take a twist to your right. So the left hand will go to the outside of the right thigh. And the right hand, depending on how your chair is set up, can scoop up the right side of the chair, or maybe you're able to scoop up the back side of the chair. I don't have that access with this chair, so I'm gonna scoop the right side of the chair. Breathing in. And then breathing out, twist as much as you comfortably can, gazing past your right shoulder. Rooted down through the sit bones, lengthening up through the crown of the head. One more breath there. Good, ground down through the seat. Next breath in, sweep your hands up. You can look up if that's comfortable. And then as you exhale, right hand to the outside of the left leg, left hand scoops up the left side of the chair or maybe the back of the chair. Root down through the soles of the feet to the crown of the head as you breathe in for length. As you breathe out, twist. Gaze as far past your left shoulders as is comfortable for you. Good, and then let your breath move in and out. When we twist, it feels a little constricted at the center torso. So slow it down so you can filter the breath completely out. Good. And then we'll ground down through the feet. Take an inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. And then as you exhale, we're gonna ground down through the soles of the feet and fold over the legs. Good. You might be able to reach for the floor. Maybe you have your shins or ankles. I'd recommend, if it feels okay, to separate your feet a little bit wider apart and then let your armpits drop into the knees. So it's almost like a puzzle piece. Letting your head hang if that's comfortable. Maybe you catch hold of opposite elbow and breathe here. Give yourself the time to take full breaths in and out. Long exhales support soothing the nervous system. Good, going down through your seat and then nice and slow, make your way all the way back up. Heel toe the feet back to about hip distance. Great, and we'll continue with our joint freeing. So we'll start to bring our awareness now into the fingers. And then when you're ready, we'll bring the hands out in front. If you can, shoulder level, it could be a little lower too. And then you'll inhale and stretch the fingers really far away from each other. Really stretch out those keyboard fingers, stretch them out. And then exhale, scrunch them in a tight fist. Good. And then as you inhale, spread them apart. And then exhale. Our fingers relate to creation, what we manifest, what we bring in, what we reach for, and what we drop, what we let go, what we grasp, and what we release. We'll inhale, stretch through the fingers, really spread them wide, and exhale. It doesn't matter what level of yoga you are capable of doing. These really simple practices are beneficial for everybody. Good. Just taking one more here, inhale and exhale. Good. And then release your hands down and just notice your fingers for another moment. And now we'll shift our attention up to the wrists. Good. And then we'll scoop up the right forearm, hold the right forearm with the left hand, take the thumb to the inside of the right palm, and the fingers wrap around. And then from here, we're going to rotate the wrist, whichever direction you want to start in. And you're just using your left hand to stabilize and ground the wrist so that the motion is coming primarily from the hands. That's right. Good. And then when you're ready, pause and reverse. Go the other direction. Noticing the wrists. A lot of times when we do these movements, we're not really paying attention to these parts of our body unless there's pain or injury or something going on. Okay, good. And then when you're ready, release that, let it go, and just take a brief moment to notice right side, left side. And then we'll scoop up the left forearm, thumb to the inside of the palm, fingers wrap around the outside, and stabilizing the left forearm with the right hand, you'll start to rotate the left wrist. And you're just noticing how this is arriving. You might have some crack, snapple pops here. As long as it's not painful, that's okay. That's a release. Quite literally, it's a release of air or synovial fluid. Energetically, it's a release of stuck prana, we call life force, stuck energy. We're letting it go. Good. And then when you're ready, pause and reverse, go the other way. Great. And then settle back and release. Good. And we'll start to bring our awareness and attention now up to the elbows. And we'll scoop up the right bicep now. So the elbow is shoulder distance. The fingertips go to the deltoid. And it's a quick movement, so you might not be able to sync your breath. Just breathe continuously, however you can. You're just going to let the elbow drop. So I'll turn so you can see it. Really just, you release it and let it go so that it's going into its full range of motion. Let it go. Okay. So the elbows are associated with our boundaries, what we so kindly push out and say no to, and what we hold close to us, what we say yes to, what's important to us. And also, what can we leave out? What can we check off? What can we do to free our schedule so we can reserve more energy for ourselves and the things that we care for, the things that we want to expend our energy on? Good. So imagine, like, even if you don't know what it is, you're releasing, you're letting go of that which you want to say no to, but you're maybe not quite sure how to yet. Okay. And then bring it back in and release. And other side, scoop up the left, fingertips to the deltoid, and then let it go. Okay. And let it go. Bring it in and let it go. Good. You're releasing that which you don't need. You're bringing in that which nourishes you. Great. Just two more there. Lovely. Slowly release the left arm. Okay, good. And we'll bring our attention up now to our shoulders. Shoulders that carry the weight of the world, the weight of the things that we love, the things that we lost. Good. So we'll bring our fingertips to the deltoids here. So they're just tapping here. I'm just going to turn around and do this seated just for a moment so you can see. As we inhale, you're going to draw the tops of the hands towards each other. They may touch, they may not, it's okay. And the elbow points up towards the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to draw your elbows all the way back behind you, down, forward, and in. And then we'll repeat the cycle, inhaling, drawing the tops of the hands towards each other. And as you exhale, draw the elbows back behind you, down, forward, and in. That's it. And like that, you're inhaling, moving the elbow points up. Exhaling, reaching them all the way back behind you, down, forward, and in. And like this, flowing with your breath, inhale back and exhale down, forward, and in. Inhale back and exhale down, forward, and in. Beautiful. We'll do 2 more like that. Inhale up. And take your time to really drag it down and back. Inhale it up. And down and back. Good. And then relax there for a moment. Take a breath in and out. We'll do another shoulder and upper back opener. Really great, a little desk break. I love this one. It's called T-shirt pulling off. So we'll bring the right arm up underneath the left and you'll reach towards opposite shoulder. I'm just gonna ground here a little bit. And then when you're ready to inhale, you'll start to bring your elbows forward and slide like you're pulling a t-shirt off. Slide the fingers really mindfully up the upper arm bones to the elbows and sweep them up. And you can look up. And as you exhale, you're gonna stretch your arms all the way out to the sides and then down. And we'll repeat that right arm up underneath the left. And then you'll inhale and slide it up. That's it, stretch it up. And exhale, sweep it all the way back behind you. And then inhale, up underneath, slide it all the way up. And then one more on the right side. Bring the right arm up underneath the left. Sweep the fingers up. And now we're going to switch so the left arm will come up underneath the right. Yeah, and then you'll inhale and slide the fingers up, reach it up. You can look up, maybe even take a little back bend. Feel free to modify this. And as you exhale, reach it all the way back. Left elbow up underneath. Inhale, slide it up. And exhale. Left arm up underneath. Inhale, slide it up. Our last one, reach it all the way back and down into your lap. Good. Great. The final portion of the joint freeing that we're doing is the neck. So again, not necessarily a specific joint, but the highway between the heart, the feeler, and the head, the thinker. And things get stuck here too for many of us. So opening up the neck, freeing that communication. We'll breathe in here, keep the shoulders drawing back and down, and still we'll just move from the neck. As you breathe out, gaze as far past the right shoulder as is okay for you. And then inhale back through center. And then exhale, gaze as far past the left shoulder as is okay for you. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Good. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the left. Great. Inhale to center and pause here. Take another breath in, sweep your arms up. And then we're going to take the left hand down. It can scoop up the side of the chair or it can just reach to the floor, your choice. Right hand comes around to the left ear. Breathe in there. And then as you breathe out, draw your right ear towards your right shoulder. Good. And then from there, you can play with this left hand. You can release it from the chair. Maybe you bring it all the way up to shoulder height, stretching the fingertips all the way to the left. As you inhale and exhale, drawing the right ear really gently a little bit more towards the right. That's it. And then we'll breathe here. You might feel this all the way from the left side of the skull into the left fingertips. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, release the left hand and slowly guide the right hand back up and release the right hand. Great. Inhale, reach the hands up. And as you exhale, right hand down, and the left hand comes to the right side of the head. Breathing in, and then breathing out, draw the left ear to the left shoulder. And then maybe it feels good for you to just be holding the chair, or you release the right fingertips towards the floor, or even up to shoulder height. Breathing in, really lengthening through the right fingertips, and breathing out, drawing left ear to left shoulder. Good. One more breath. We'll slowly release the right hand, and then slowly release the left hand. Great. One more neck and shoulder movement. Interlace the hands and bring them behind the head, so the thumbs at the base of the skull. Good. And then as you inhale, open through your heart and chest. Take a little back bend here. Draw the elbow back, elbow points back. And then as you exhale, kind of like a seated cow, you'll round in, draw the chin to chest, and squeeze the elbows towards each other so the forearms can massage the temples. And we're going to do 3 more like that. As you inhale, open up, broaden through the collarbones, elbow points back. And then as you exhale, draw the chin to the chest, squeeze the elbow points towards each other, forearms at the temples. And breathing in, open through heart and chest. And when you're ready, breathing out, drawing in. Last one. Good. Come on back to neutral spine and release your hands. Good. We're going to do another spinal movement. Spinal movements help to integrate all the energetic work. So we'll come up towards the edge of your seat once again. You can separate your feet a little bit wider. This gives the pelvis a little bit more room. And then we'll do Sufi grind. So as you inhale, you're arching forward. And as you exhale, you'll round back. This is more of a circular motion than seated cat-cow. And as you inhale, arch forward, squeeze the shoulders onto the back. And as you exhale, round and gaze in. It's also a little bit more of a torso movement. So you can kind of twist the torso around as much as it might need to. You might focus more on the shoulders, moving them in some way. Let this be kind of a creative flow. Round in. You can take it really slow, or maybe you're moving a little faster. Slower, starting to ground that energy. Faster if you need a little, pick me up to go with you into your day. You can also take it all the way forward and all the way back. It can even be a small movement. Take what you need and breathe continuously in and out. And then when you're ready, we'll pause and reverse and go the other direction. Whichever direction you started in, you'll switch. Beautiful. And breathing. Notice if the breath wants to hold at any point, keep it flowing. You're integrating all that energy from your joint freeing, allowing for it to recirculate as it's right, its birthright. Another couple of rounds. And then when you're ready, settle on back through center and just close the eyes or keep them open. And notice if there's a little bit of like a rotation or vibration still happening at the spine. Okay, and then come back to bring the feet back to about hip distance. We'll take the hands at the hips and just a little bit more of a core activation here. Rooting down through the right foot, pull the left knee into the chest using your belly muscles. And so we'll time it just so as you inhale, place it down. And then as you exhale, pull the right knee in. Good. And then as you inhale, place it down. And as you exhale, use your belly muscles to pull the left knee in and place it down. And then exhale, right knee in Good, place it down. And then left, and place it down. And right, good, and down, and left, and down. Good, we're gonna do 2 more to each side. Exhale, and down, and down. 1 more, exhale, activate belly. Inhale, place it down. Exhale, and inhale, place it down. Good. And then from here, we're gonna spin a little bit on the chair. So if you have like one of those arm chairs, you'll just have your leg in front of the arm. Just make it work with whatever you have. The right toes are gonna go towards the right on a slight angle. Hold onto the chair in any way that you can. Maybe it's at the bottom or the top as you support yourself to slide the left leg out long. So this is almost like a warrior two in a way, but we're gonna take it into a kind of a twist. So at some point, that left foot, you can roll to the inside of it. It doesn't really matter, just as long as you feel grounded, do that leg. And then take your left hand to the right knee. So this might be quite enough of a twist of your hip and of your torso. And you're just holding on to the outside of the right knee and turning your heart and chest towards the right. Yeah, good. And if you feel that you can or want to go further still, take this right hand, the one behind you, and catch hold of the top of the chair. And so you're starting to twist a little deeper, perhaps. And then further still, the left hand that was at the knee might reach for the back of the chair there. Yeah, and then you're twisting even more. And you're gazing towards the back room or towards your right. That's it, lovely. Take another 2 breaths here. And then we'll inhale, release the hands, and if it's stable for you, reach your arms up. Good, and then exhale. Another full breath. Breathing in when you're ready. And then breathing out, slowly release your hands down. And then bring your legs back to center. And we'll get ready to the other side. So the left leg slides out, the toes turn towards the left. Might be on a slight angle or all the way to the left. It doesn't matter too much. Support yourself in any way that you can to slide this right leg out. Maybe the right foot's grounded. You might be a little bit on the inner edge or on the ball mound of the foot. It doesn't matter too much. Your left knee pointing towards the left. Right hand goes to the outside of the left thigh. The left hand is holding onto the chair in a way that supports you, and you'll lengthen the spine as you inhale. Really lovely. And as you exhale, turning and twisting gently from the torso, from the chest. And then further still, you could take the left hand to the top of the chair, maybe to the left outside of the chair to help you to facilitate even deeper of a twist. And then maybe the right hand comes to the top of the chair and you're wringing out there. Whatever feels best for you. One more breath. Good, slowly unwind, but we'll stay in the shape. You'll inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. That's it. And we'll take 2 breaths there in this chair warrior. Okay, breathing in, breathing out, slowly release the hands down. Good, and then you'll bend that right leg in and plant your feet. And then now you can sit maybe a little bit more comfortable into your chair. You can scooch back a little bit, but still in a way where your hips are below your shoulders and you can sit up nice and straight. So we're gonna take a breathing practice. It's called left nostril breathing. It's a little bit more grounding. Right? So I'm actually going to sit here just so that we can see each other. And it's a little bit more of a grounding breathing practice, similar to alternate nostril breath, but we're primarily going to breathe in through the left nostril. And this helps to activate the right hemisphere. This is rest, rejuvenation, grounding, centering. So with the hands, with the right hand, you're going to take the 2 peace fingers in towards the palm, and the pinky and the ring finger release, as well as the thumb, if you're able to do that. If that's not accessible, you can have just 2 peace fingers and thumb. That would be fine. And then Now try to listen to my words rather than see which nostril I'm holding on because the mirroring is a little different. You'll plug the right nostril with the thumb, right nostril with the thumb, and you'll inhale through the left. And then you'll plug the left nostril with the ring finger and you'll exhale out of the right. Instead of alternating, you'll plug the right nostril with the right and you'll inhale through the left. Plug the left nostril and exhale out of the right. Plugging right nostril, inhale through left. Plugging left nostril, exhale out of right. Good. Plug right nostril, inhale through left. Plugging left nostril, exhale through right. And you're just repeating that process. Plugging right nostril, inhale through left. Plugging left nostril, exhale out of right. So without strain, you're just breathing in and out as much as you comfortably can. Breathing in through left. Plugging left nostril, breathing out of right. Good. Keep going like this at your own pace. Breathing in through left and breathing out through right. Fueling the right hemisphere, rejuvenation, calming, grounding. If you ever want to support your right shoulder, if it feels tired, holding the right elbow with the left hand can help. Good, we're going to do about 3 more rounds. When you're ready, you'll complete by exhaling out of the right nostril. Then releasing your hands back down to your lap. We'll seal off with gesture of tranquility. So it's a grounding mudra. The left hand will be in the lap and the right hand will go on top. So like so. And the thumbs will just really lightly connect. And just relax the shoulders down and away. Close the eyes once again if that supports you. If not, you can keep the eyes open. And we're going to take a gesture with the eyes called Shanbhavi Mudra. So if your eyes are open, you'll just gaze at a point and just find your drishti. But if your eyes are closed, you'll take the Shanbhavi Mudra, and that's where you look up and into the third eye energy center, at the center of the brain, between the eyebrows. Moving into our inner sight, activating our intuition, our third eye energy center, the part of our being that, when open, we can see the bigger picture. We have a bit more clarity. We'll just stay here in seated meditation together for a couple more minutes. You might have allow your breath to be totally natural, and you can focus on your natural breath. Or for a bit more grounding, focusing on lengthening your exhalation. And if your mind needs something to anchor on, then we'll count the breath. See if you can start with counting 3 in and 4 out. So we'll just lengthen the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. So something like this: inhaling 2, 3, exhaling 2, 3, 4. Inhaling 2, 3, exhaling 2, 3, 4. If you think you can go deeper, you might go 4 counts in and 5 counts out. Wherever you are, we'll take a couple more breaths, keeping that Shambhavi Mudra, gazing up and into the third eye, if that resonates with you. Whenever you're ready, you can release the gesture and just let your hands come to your lap and coming full circle in awareness here. Noticing some noises happening within you, your breath, or around you. The present moment is where the life is happening. And then we'll take the hands together and connect the thumb knuckle to the heart. My heart is with you. Our hearts are connected here together as we practice in our own very unique situations with a common thread of yoga, some loss, change, transition. Thank you very much for taking this time out to practice and for being here. Namaste. Thank you.